Visits allowed only on first day of festivals. Police seize drugs worth 12 million, smash drug syndicate. Good evening, you're watching News on 2 with me, Renee Fong. The government has decided to implement a standard operating procedure SOP during the festive season. Senior Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob said the SOP will be implemented during Hari Raya Aidilfitri, Pesta Keamatan and Hari Gawai. Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri said under the SOP, visits during Hari Raya, Hari Gawai and Pesta Keamatan will only be permitted on the first day of the celebrations.
Ziarah hanya Hari Raya pertama. Jadi Hari Raya pertama lah. Tidak ada Hari Raya kedua, ketiga sampai ke Hari Raya ke-30 lah. Untuk biasanya kita beraya sebulan. Dan tidak ada open house. Open house adalah terlarang di dalam peraturan Akta 342. Rumah terbuka tidak dibenarkan.
He added that visits would be limited to just family members at a maximum of 20 people per day.
Saya umumkan. Jumlah 20 orang itu juga perlu diambil kira berdasarkan kepada saiz rumah. Satu rumah. Katakan flat yang berukuran 600 kaki persegi sebagai contoh. 20 satu masa mungkin terlalu ramai dan tidak boleh dilakukan penjarakan sosial di dalam rumah tersebut. Jadi mereka boleh mungkin 4 kali, tetapi maksimumnya tetap juga 20 orang untuk satu hari tersebut.
The senior minister said the decision to limit the movement during the festive season was to prevent any new positive cases among the rakyat.
Yang diketuai oleh PDRM telah membuat 70,200.
In another development, Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri said the Transport Ministry MOT will discuss with school bus operators to see if their buses could be used to commute factory workers during the Conditional Movement Control Order MCO period. The senior minister said this is to ease the financial constraint faced by the school bus operators who have lost their source of income during the MCO.
Kementerian Pengangkutan telah pun membuat keputusan supaya bas kilang boleh menggunakan bas sekolah untuk menghantar pekerja kilang. Ini bagi kita membantu usahawan-usahawan bas sekolah yang tidak ada pendapatan, mungkin boleh mendapat hasil pendapatan daripada bas mereka dikonvert menjadi bas kilang sewaktu sekolah masih ditutup.
He said this will also reduce the trips the factory bus operators have to make, especially when the passengers of the buses have been reduced by half to comply with the social distancing order. However, he criticized the reported practice of some operators who continued charging parents their monthly fees during the MCO. He said the matter should not have arisen in the first place and believed the MOT would take action on since they issued the licenses for these operators. On the increased public transportation fares due to social distancing, Datuk Seri Ismail said the MOT will look into it and try to find an amicable solution for both parties. Meanwhile, Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri said the Cabinet has decided to reopen government offices nationwide, including government service counters.
Semua pejabat kerajaan, terutamanya kaunter perkhidmatan, dibuka sepenuhnya. Kaunter JPJ ataupun Jabatan Pengangkutan Jalan mula dibuka dan beroperasi pada hari ini dan akan diikuti oleh jabatan-jabatan kerajaan yang lain. Semua SOP yang telah ditetapkan mesti dipatuhi sepenuhnya seperti saringan suhu badan, penjarakan sosial, menyediakan hand sanitizer, termasuk jugalah sanitasi di tempat-tempat ataupun pejabat-pejabat jabatan kerajaan ini.
On another note, Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri also said that the relevant authority has conducted 70,237 inspections nationwide. He added that Malaysia also recorded 95% CMCO compliance rate. The senior minister also called on the rakyat to keep adhering to the CMCO in order to break the COVID-19 chain.
Dapat dilaksanakan.
Malaysia has recorded another 37 new positive COVID-19 cases, bringing its total to 6,779. In a daily briefing today, Health Director General Datuk Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah said there have also been 58 recoveries and 2 death cases reported in the last 24 hours. Datuk Dr. Nur Hisham also said that the total number of patients who have made a full recovery from COVID-19 now stands at 5,281, or 77.9% of the total number of cases.
Duka cita dimaklumkan bahawa terdapat pertambahan 2 kes kematian berkaitan dengan COVID-19. Justru jumlah kumulatif kes kematian COVID-19 di Malaysia adalah sebanyak 111 kes, iaitu bersamaan dengan 1.64% daripada jumlah keseluruhan kes.
Datuk Dr. Nur Hisham also said that the new cases detected today, there were 4 import cases and 33 local transmissions. He added that as of now, there are 1,387 active cases, where 16 cases are being treated in the intensive care unit ICU. From that number, 4 cases require the use of ventilators.
Malaysia adalah sebanyak 111 kes.
All 92 areas in Johor have been declared as green zones after no new positive COVID-19 case was recorded in the state since 29th April. This makes the total number of positive cases in the state at 667. Johor State Exco R. Vidyanathan in a statement said the number of fatalities related to the pandemic also remained at 18 cases. He also said that there were 152 active COVID-19 cases in the state. Yesterday, there were 4 recoveries recorded, making the total number of recovered patients in Johor at 497. Meanwhile, the State Exco also said that the public disinfection operation is still being conducted. Until yesterday, a total of 1,830 government building, religious places and public spaces have been disinfected. Coming up, economic activity to improve in the second half of this year.
Okeylah sayang, nanti abang telefon balik ya. Assalamualaikum. Salah hantar ni kot.
Cik Lily yang kerja di pejabat ni yang pesan untuk abang. Saya tinggalkan kat luar ni ya.
Kesianlah pula kan pakcik jaga kat pejabat tu berbuka seorang-seorang. Pesanlah makanan sedap sikit untuk dia berbuka.
Bukan sekadar makanan yang kami hantar, malah kasih sayang dan kegembiraan. Bersedekah di bulan Ramadan adalah amalan yang dituntut. Pesan melalui kami dan biar Food Panda hantarkan. Salam Ramadan dari Food Panda.
You're back with me, Renee Fong. Malaysia's economy grew moderately at 0.7% in the first quarter of 2020 from 3.6% in the preceding quarter. Bank Negara Malaysia said the moderation reflected the impact of measures taken both globally and domestically to contain the spread of COVID-19 pandemic. On the supply side, Bank Negara said the services and manufacturing sectors moderated while the other sectors contracted. In terms of expenditure, external demand and investment declined while private consumption growth moderated. During the quarter, BNM said headline inflation remained modest at 0.9%, while core inflation moderated slightly to 1.3%. The central bank said this in a statement issued in conjunction with the release of Malaysia's Q1 2020 GDP performance today. During the quarter, the ringgit depreciated by 4.9% against the US dollar. This followed large non-resident portfolio outflows amounting to 26.2 billion ringgit as global risk aversion intensified. Moving forward, BNM says the Malaysian economy is expected to gradually pick up in the second half of this year as containment measures are eased and the domestic MCO is lifted. It said the seizable fiscal, monetary and financial measures and progress in transport-related public infrastructure projects will provide further support to growth in the second half of this year. Sultan of Selangor, Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah, has received 44.6 million ringgit in business zakat on behalf of the Selangor Zakat Board. The zakat payment was made by 12 corporate companies. The companies included Tabung Haji, Central Sugars Refinery Sdn Berhad, Selangor State Development Corporation, Menteri Besar Selangor Incorporated and Worldwide Holdings Berhad Group. Other companies were Equity Nasional Berhad, Kumpulan Perangsang Selangor Berhad, Malaysian Allied Health Sciences Academy Sdn Berhad and Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad. The business zakat were for the 2018, 2019 and 2020 financial years. The drug distribution syndicate with a processing lab in Muar was busted with more than 12 million ringgit worth of drugs seized following a series of raids in various states. Bukit Aman Narcotic Crime Investigation Department NCID Director Dato' Ramli Din said 18 syndicate members, including the mastermind, were arrested in 9 raids conducted in Kelantan, Pahang, Pulau Pinang, Selangor and Johor from 9th to 12th May. Briefing reporters today, he said those arrested were 10 local men, 4 local women and 4 Thai nationals. Dato' Ramli said 5 of the suspects have criminal records and a total of 10 suspects tested positive for methamphetamine.
Nilai keseluruhan dadah yang dirampas dalam operasi selama 4 hari ini ialah 12,042,000 ringgit.
Various drugs were seized, including yaba pills, ecstasy pills, and 40.45 kilogram ecstasy powder from the raided locations. Dato' Ramli said police uncovered a drug processing lab in Muar, Johor, believed to have been used to produce the drugs for the syndicate. The syndicate caters to the local markets and neighbouring countries. A businessman pleaded not guilty in the Kajang Sessions Court for ramming into a roadblock at the Kajang Selatan Toll Plaza, killing a policeman during the incident on 3rd of May. The accused, K. Kalaijelvan, 44, pleaded not guilty after the charges were read before Judge Muhammad Kafri Cik Ali. According to the charges, the accused was driving under the influence of alcohol when he rammed the roadblock and killed Corporal Safwan Muhammad Ismail. He was also charged for not adhering the instruction given when he approached the roadblock, and he was also driving without a valid driving license. He was charged under Section 44 subsection 1 and Section 26 subsection 1 of the Road Transport Act 1987, Section 26 subsection 1 of the Police Act, as well as Rule 3 subsection 1 of the Prevention and Control of Infectious Diseases Regulations 2020. The court set bail at 20,000 ringgit with one surety. The accused was also instructed to report to the nearest police station on the 5th of every month. The court then set 18th June for case mention and documentation. A Nepali worker was found hanged from a tree along Jalan Senawang in Seremban as people were making their morning commute. A police team arrived at the scene around 8:30 a.m. to retrieve down the body. Seremban District Police Chief ACP Muhammad Said Ibrahim said a wallet and passport were found near the victim, whom preliminary investigations revealed was a 41-year-old Nepali. He said the deceased was employed at a nearby factory. Police are classifying the case as sudden death and will continue the probe. ACP Muhammad Said said apart from a bruise on the right leg, there were no other visible injuries on the deceased. He added the remains would be sent for a post-mortem examination to ascertain if there were other injuries. However, he said police found it odd that the deceased's personal belongings, including his wallet and passport, were not on the victim. They were found away from his remains. ACP Muhammad Said said police would speak with the deceased's colleagues and employers before wrapping up investigations. He also appealed to eyewitnesses to come forward to assist the police in its probe. Marine Police Force PPM arrested 2 tugboats that were found to be operating outside of the area allowed near Tanjung Simpang Mengayau Kudat, Sabah yesterday. PPM Region 4 Commander ACP Muhammad Pajri Ali said the first boat was detected at 9 a.m. when the PPM boat was patrolling in the area. Inspection on the boat found that it was commandeered by a 40-year-old man who was operating in the West Beach, which is against the fishing licenses regulations. The second boat was detained in the same area at about 10:30 a.m. The case was handed over to the Kudat Fisheries Department's investigative officer. The case is investigated under Section 8, Subsection B of the Fisheries Act 1985. And that concludes this evening's News on 2. In our top story, visits allowed only on first day of festivals with a maximum of 20 people per day. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon for more updates around the world. Don't forget to wash your hands regularly, practice social distancing, and most of all, let's adhere to the movement control order and just stay at home. I'm Renee Fong. Thanks for being with us and have a pleasant evening.